Another all-nighter. Should probably head to bed soon. But before that, beans. What's that? New Unturned updates on the preview branch? Game balances? They removed the grip from the Hello internet and welcome back to a brand new video. Last night I was sitting and while eating beans and I got a notification from the Unturned Discord server and saw that the preview branch had been updated with what will possibly be the next Unturned update and what it may contain. And most notably, it contains changes that directly impact the game's balance. And some people who prefer to play PvP seem to have strong opinions about them. Very valid ones, may I say, but let's go through it. In the update that we may potentially get, we see that the Maplestrike has lost its grip attachment slot, which affects it quite a lot. Here you can see a side-to-side comparison of how it's affected, with 0 skills on both of them. Left is the old one, and right side is the new one. I personally think this would be a very interesting change, and I think people should give it a go on the preview branch and leave feedback on it in the Unturned Discord server after playing around with it for a while. In my opinion, as a game dev, it's always nice to have a fresh breath of air, especially when the same guns have been meta for years, but I can also understand that if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Let me know what you think about this in the comments below. My personal thoughts on this is for the PvP community. I used to be a very avid PvPer, I played quite a bit, as some of you may know. I think if you play on servers that have max skills and 0 recoil, I don't think you're gonna really notice this, so you can probably still smash it on specific servers, just that you can't do it on every single server. Other things worth highlighting in this update is that the adaptive chambering now reduces horizontal recoil control by minus 20% and vertical recoil control by minus 30%. The sentry guns, they've gotten their health doubled. This is quite a big change. I think people are not actually realizing. I mean, it's not super difficult to destroy a sentry gun, but I mean 75 to 150 health, it's quite a change. So it's definitely gonna take a little bit more to defeat them, but I'm starting to see a pattern here. I think Nelson is actually trying to switch up both the PvP meta and just their, like, I guess, raiding meta in a way. It would be interesting to see how raiding a base with sentry guns that have a bit more health actually plays out. What do you think about this? Let's leave the game balance there. Who really cares about that stuff anyways? It's not really gonna impact us at all, right? And move over to the rest of the update. We have received more accessibility settings in the options. We can now change the flashbang brightness, the explosion camera shake intensity, and the damage flinch. If you're a server owner, you can now turn off damage, aim flinch, and explosion shakes completely for all the players. This is probably one of the coolest things in my opinion, and I was actually thinking about this the other day when I was looking at the stockpile randomly. But you can now inspect and preview items in the stockpile on your character before making a purchase. This is actually quite surprising how we're getting it now, and we didn't get it before. But I think this is a feature that you should have had a long time ago, Mr. Nelson. But thank you for adding it. There are now military spray paints added for each vanilla map. The IDs go from 1873 through 1877. You can no longer change the tree model's graphics option. They have now been reverted to older models. Here's how that looks. Here's some other stuff that I think might be fun to know about. Captain Sidney can authorize further aircraft requisitions on Russia. P. Rizzo can acquire an upgraded fishing rod blueprint for you on Russia. Doc Ernie can prepare upgraded aces and blunt forces for the coalition army on Russia. Sawed Off shares master key skins. So this means that the Sawed Off finally has skins. Huge dub. And that's pretty much it for this update. I think the big things are the Maplestrike changes and the balance changes, and I'm all for it. I wish Nelson would do this on a bigger scale, but then also still have an option to play with legacy settings on specific servers for the people that want that. So please, Nelson, if you hear me, we don't need to have a huge fight in the community between Unturned RPers, PvPers, single player players. Just give us the option to have legacy options for those that want it. MTN for president. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. don't forget to stay coffee, and I hope you have a good one.